Welcome everyone to today's live stream. Timmy, yep, here we go. Timmy, oh, he's like, leave me alone. I've had a rough morning. He went to the vet this morning for his yearly checkup, and of course they had to go and poke him, take some blood, and then they tried to get the fecal sample, and apparently he didn't have to poop. But as soon as we got home, first thing he did is take a big poop, and he's got a Bordetella thing in his nose, so of course he's been sneezing, and he's just like, oh, it's been so horrible today, so horrible, let me lay here and relax. Yeah, so you're okay, you're healthy. They said you're in good health. He is losing other teeth though. That's the one concerning part. They say it's part of small dog breeds tend to start losing teeth when they get older. Even though his gums and everything are healthy, he's lost the one in the front, so he's got a snaggle tooth. He's got one here that's loose, and then one of his big canines is loose now. Didn't notice that, so yeah, no more tug toys for Timmy. No more tuggy toys for you. You just get squeak stuff that you can chew on and not tug. So, while everybody, we take a few minutes to let people join in. Got some news, and that is that the next DLC for Planet Crafter, the Toxicity DLC, has had the release date announced. It is in only a couple weeks, actually. So the Toxicity DLC is coming out November 17th. You can go ahead and put it on your wish list now. Of course, they encourage you to do that. It's a brand new planet that has already been colonized, but now rendered toxic. So we're going to have to use new technology to remove the toxic pollution and purify the atmosphere to turn it back into a nice paradise. As opposed to it's just a toxic planet, and we've got to do that as part of our terraformation to make it habitable for us to build on. It's already been built on, but you know, we're recovering it now. What it doesn't say, and we'll look more at the thing, it just says reclaim the land, discover new lore, secrets, and multiple new biomes. It will be a bigger planet than Humble, but smaller than Prime. Now that doesn't tell us much as far as other than maybe the square size of the map, that is going to be bigger than Humble but smaller than Prime. But of course with Humble, the map was smaller because it had the uppermost level, then you had the cave level, and then you had the lower Sea of Fog area level. So we had multiple areas, biomes. So it's possible we could see the same thing. It could be kind of an in-between on that. So yeah, that's interesting, concept that we may have in between with that. But let's look at some of the pictures we've got. So again, it was already colonized. So it doesn't say by who. But you can see we got, more human style technology. Obviously, we got these platforms. We got a nice bridge platform, was interesting. Maybe we'll get some new buildables like that. And then we got these. So you got like a spore mushroom type thing, but then you can see these refinery looking segments, kind of around everything. Also, we got what maybe some of our buildables over here, like looks like an algae generator, but it's got a little barrier around them. Maybe that's tied in as like a new algae generator tier 3 or something. So obviously, again, cave systems, and you see what looks like a train monorail type of structure going along the walls, like a minecart structure. I have a feeling we won't get to build that kind of stuff ourselves, but it's kind of neat that we're going to have that kind of stuff we could use to maybe run around in some of these areas. All right, we've got our typical looking structures here, and then we got some of these over here. If you notice, we've got, looks like a rocket. It's got little solar panels on it, but it's missing the tip. There's the tip. Then we've got this rocket that I'm not sure what the middle piece is right there, but it's looks like this crane is lifting the cover down over there when it got abandoned, kind of thing. And you see this is like a cave or canyon system. We got those same mushrooms there. Here's that other spot where we saw the little algae looking thing, and then this basically looks kind of like a pump station. I doubt this is what we'll be building. It is more of what is going to already just be there, that we have to either build around or that we have to repair and get working, which could be an interesting concept if they're doing that where it's existing tech and we have to get it up and running to help with that instead of just building everything ourselves. Digger right there, in a nice open area. I do like this one right here. This, rock pillar, which has got kind of like a groove looking spot at the top, but it's just a big pillar sticking up. Could be a fun spot to build around. And then we have this. Of course, we've got our rocket platform, and we've got outside storage and like the little mini boxes, but they are on a stand, a little platform, you see. Now, and we also have icons on these, so which means this is not... This is probably similar to the extractor, or not extractor, the ore crusher, in terms of some kind of functionality. Whereas it's not actually just storage; it's the little mini box that supposed to hold like one item. And we got this, and we've got what looks to be similar to the ore crushers, having a menu or a recipe type display where you put this in, and you're going to get this. So probably something to do with maybe the spores or something that we're collecting from these machines right here that we end up building. There is a vehicle station. And then you can see the railway train car monorail type thing in the background there. So it looks like we are getting some kind of similar tech to the ore crushers. And then we're back to that same base that we looked at in the earlier picture. Sorry, my voice is, my throat is drying out. Okay, and then we see monorail broke. Train car kind of fell off. I have a feeling that would be one where maybe we can go inside and kind of work our way inside, and then you hopefully either get your way back out or you fall and don't die because you have a jetpack. And it looks like just another view of one of those little areas, maybe the other end. But you see these large pipe structures. I don't see that as something we're going to end up building. That seems just excessively big compared to what we normally build, but I could be wrong. They could be adding in something bigger to build since we did get the Mega Dome. This just seems out of place, though. It seems more like this is the existing structures we're going to be working around. And with so many structures, it does kind of give the possibility that maybe we are supposed to make use of these structures. So instead of just ignoring them, building around them like some of the shipwrecks, you actually get to start some of these up again. Yeah, corrupted by past industrial activity, must restore its majesty with new tools and machinery. Of course, it's DLC, but you only need one copy of the DLC for friends to play it. New planet, slightly smaller than Prime, fungal flora and traces of human activity, and then who once occupied the planet. So it doesn't say necessarily it was humans, but then we get new chunks of lore surrounding Sentinel Core and the Planet Crafter program. So it does kind of tie in, and from the visuals, we assume it's normal humans, not like the Prime planet where it was predecessor humans to us. And then, yeah, same thing. You have to have the DLC once it releases, and we can only assume it's going to be around the same, probably $8 is humble. You go to the planet by completing the terraformation on your first planet, or you can create a new save and start with the toxicity planet. Of course, I'm going to keep my save, and we'll just move into the toxicity planet when it comes around. But that is November 17th, 4 weeks. Go ahead and put it on your wish list. So, yeah. To me, one of the things that caught my attention is if you look at some of the the environmental look and some of the structural stuff that's in the background. Like we had a taller platform type design in one of them. It made me very much kind of flinch a bit and think, I look at Forever Skies, because it did kind of have that rusted out tower look of some of the spots in Forever Skies where you're like, oh, we're in a storm, and it's got that kind of look for some of those locations. So it's possible they may have taken a little insight from that. I do think I remember Planet Crafter and Forever Skies having a bundle at one point, though I could be wrong on that. But I was honestly expecting the DLC to probably be at the earliest, very tail end of this year, but I have a feeling it's probably like Humble. The map's out, just a few new things as far as technology, and then once it's out, they're going to have some tweaks they have to make right after that and do some changes and expansions on it. So it's going to come out, but it's probably going to be one of those where we still get a little bit added to it as times go on. As we keep playing it, you know, and they get some updates out. Now, is that going to change stuff on the existing maps? Reworks of certain maps? Don't know. Didn't say anything about it. Also, it didn't mention a moon for that planet. So maybe we end up with a moon added to the game for that planet. Maybe that gets added in a later update. Don't know. But yeah, that's again, it's November 17th. Which Windows would actually pull up a calendar like it used to. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, just over 4 weeks from now. It'll drop on this is a Monday, so it'll be, we've got basically today and then 4 more, or well, 3 more streams. So we got stuff we could do in Planet Crafter, but until then. And then when it comes out, we'll be ready to jump right into the Toxicity Planet, fully decked out with our tech, and just see what it's about. Yeah. So let's go ahead. We'll get lined up here. We got some stuff to do in the current save. As it loads up, make sure it's not going to crash. Does occasionally still crash when it tries to load my game, because I think I got too much stuff in it. Okay, yep, we got audio for now. It looks good. So hey, Felonious and Din, and of course Be Tactical. Yeah, we've got stuff we can still do on this. I've still got farm stuff to do, and of course, you know, one other thing to consider I just thought about is this. We have our existing system, like whole solar system terraformation index, which I have blown way past. So we're going to have a new planet added in. It's going to be kind of like with these, we're going to have these items to unlock, you know. Question is, are they going to add something past the cosmic quartz on this point? Because that was kind of the final in-game one for that, was to get the cosmic quartz recipe. And of course, if they do add something there, is it gonna be something I'm just gonna immediately see like my entire like everything unlock immediately, because I've just got so much terraformation index past that. And I think that's some more fuses getting ready to come in. Okay, let's see. Oh no, I think that was some more. That might have been the seeds. We're gonna take some seeds. Actually, you know what, let me get those. I need to do some tier 2 outdoor farms, because we're gonna go all tier 2, and for some reason that is like very laggy. Oh, come on, I wasn't that far out. Yeah, some things just don't play nicely with the craft from containers, it seems. It's like it still works, but it seems like it lags as it tries to find that, or it may just be the fact that it's lagging to place these specifically because of some calculation that's got to happen. So I'm going to do 9 3 by 3 because I'm gotta keep in mind the range on auto crafters, because with those, you know, the auto crafters, you need them to stay in range. So basically auto crafters gotta be able to reach all the way across, craft its component, and then we'll have another one that crafts the final component. And you know what, we'll go ahead and just get this one over here, and then yeah, we're gonna get the next set. So 3 by 3 and simple basic platform. I got plenty of iron and Aqualis. I'm hoping it doesn't do like this with placing these once we get to Aqualis. I can't do this with the auto crafters. It's doing it specifically with these right now. So I'll be 9 of each seed, and we'll just see how that works as far as the first floor. It's kind of you know, like this. The thing is the range. I do have an adjusted range on this, but you see just how close this one would have to be to catch even the far end ones, which is why I think a 3 by 3 is probably the limit I can get away with under a standard circumstance. All right, so we got those. Break everything down. No problems with the deconstruction. Okay. Off to... Pretty sure that's Aqualis. Let me double check. Yes. Okay, now we are at the newer base. I do have, of course, these little spots here, but we are going to build it down there. That's where I decided I want to do it, because that just, it's just not good enough. And that one I can build easy enough. I feel like I had that teleporter left somewhere, but I could be wrong on that. All right, that should be enough. Won't need the water. Oh, and I had seeds here too, so cookies are us. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Hey, Jenny. Oh, that's right. I did try to do it there and it just wasn't going to work, so we are doing it in the middle again. That's right. So this is my middle platform. How am I gonna do this? I maybe actually do a because I was only needing 2 sides. I might be able to actually just do it where it's like, okay, you know, oh, you know what? I know what I can do. It'll increase drone traffic, but it will be a useful way to do it is I'll end up just doing, we'll just do lockers like here and here, and so cocoa or chocolate, yeah, because we'll just have it, it's going to be the final process part. Instead of having them deliver, I can have the drones picking up all the cocoa and everything and delivering it, but then, you know, there's extra traffic. I want to have it where I just want to have auto crafters producing the second or the first stage, and then from there move on. So let me think how I want to do this. So I could do, you know, let's just kind of build out like this. If I do it where it's kind of like the middle pathway walking along each side, then I end up with basically a 3x3 going across that way. Can I possibly do like, okay, this is all cocoa, this is all wheat, this is all cocoa, this is all wheat, and just go really massive like that? That's kind of okay. You know, that's, let's see size wise how this is going to line up. Ooh, okay, so it's about center. Okay, I was off on the central part. You can see there are notches here if you can get where you can visually line it up right. I was a little too far back, but that is going to be pretty wide in the end. I'm still slightly off because you can't see the notch in the blueprint ghost, but okay, so it's basically going to take up 4 kind of in the middle, but then since I don't have to, I can snap them, that will help there. So I might just need to build starting out here. And I should have brought like a fence thing. That would have helped. Do an alignment. I'll just build this for a moment. Okay, so that's that edge. We're going to go with... I may end up clearing that out just so it's not... where it's visually separated. Okay, so... Alright, if I start with... Make use of the extra height. That looks about center. I get. Oh, yes, so close on that side. Alright, so there goes that one. And then that one. And then that one. But then, if I'm doing a build starting here... Yeah, see, there's going to be a weird crisscross. So I can either build it out far enough with like a gap here that lets it line up. Because if I do like this, trying to line that up, then that, yeah, overlaps. So how far back do I need to build so they don't overlap? I want to make it as dense as possible so it's, I don't have to do as many floors to it. That almost lines it perfectly up. It's just slightly off. Like that one's lined up down the spine. That's lined up there, and then it goes across, but that's not quite middle of that one. And then this one does not line up right there here. So that is kind of a problem. Yeah, it's not so much safety rails. I'm just trying to make sure I get it to line up as smoothly as I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out. Which means it would be basically that spot right there. We get this. That's where I need to start. Yeah, and start from here. So if I build across and across, then I can do a 3x3 and have them line up, and then I'll just have to figure out how I do it once I fill them in. I'm still thinking 3x3 grid is going to be the best one, but maybe instead of a 3x3, where it's all of these built, because the question is, can I build an autocraft? I cannot build it on top. So it'd have to be right to the side. So here I have to like squeeze it right next to say, here's middle. So it's just very edge of one coming in, and then that's it. So I have a whole bunch of autocrafters that automatically connect between, basically going by 3x3s. And then this becomes all just basically it's gonna be one big continuous one. I'm gonna build in 3x3 sets because of the autocrafter alignment, to make sure that the autocrafters can reach the all the resources. But doing it this way, I won't have it where it just goes all the way across. So that gives me a gap here. And just to kind of helps give it a little bit more character. Let's just do that. There we go. Nice little, on each corner. Give it a little extra design character. Like that. Okay. So if I build starting here. And that's wide enough, I can do this. And of course my hydration level is critical here. Didn't bring water because there's so much everywhere to drink. Okay. See if I can get back up. Yep. Alright, so wish it would show the little groove for the middle, but there we go. Okay, got that. So that's 3. And then do this from this side. See if I can get this to, I may actually have to adjust it so that I start from here where they intersect, so that it lines up appropriately. Yeah, do it like that. So it will leave a little extra gap there, but it's at least going to let them line up. And this may, well, ooh, what am I doing? No, I don't need them to line up perfectly. I don't need that to be the, well, let's see. If I do it as that's the middle one, the intersecting one for the next grid. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then that is another grid right in there. So there's this grid, and then that's another grid. We're just gonna do these little 3x3 grids, intersected all the way around. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, we're gonna try it. And I think, again, the way I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna turn each mega grid into one type of crop, and then I'll just have to have them deliver from the auto crafters over here. So I brought the seeds for doing 2 crops, but it's probably gonna end up being I just do 1 crop right now, and then move, I'll come build another set after I know this is going to work. I just need to make sure this lines up. There we go. Okay, so with it like that, and I kind of want to extend my walkway. This is kind of how I was thinking originally, is having a path between just 2 sides, smaller grids, and just stacking big, massive floor, after floor after floor kind of thing. But now, because of the size I have here to work with, just build this big floor out, and then if I have to do it again, I got room to do like a little stair, goes up, and build the next floor replicating the same pattern. So that should, and these are kind of tough to work with because of alignment, seeing everything. I do have increased range. I think under normal circumstances, this would not work for a regular autocrafter. I think you would have to do a 3x3 and take the middle out, put the autocrafter in the middle for it to actually pick up. But I do have increased range through a mod on my autocrafter. So we'll say this is gonna be the chocolate. Yeah. And then this will all be chocolate, this whole area, just chocolate. And based on that, I think, you know, I mean, look, that's a 3x3, 3x3, 3x3. I mean, that's going to be a nice lineup. And then do another 3x3, 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 3x3. And then it should intersect with another 3x3 over there. So I basically should just be able to go this way. If they lined up perfectly on the foundations, it would help. And then do the same on the other side. So yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to go, because this will be, instead of a lot of floors, just a big floor. Really big floor. And I can always add more layers. So 1, 2, 3 out. 1, 2, 3, like that. So I built it around the middle of the cross section right there, yeah. So it will be, this one goes right here. If I get this, looks about right. That is close. And same idea, just go in each direction like that. And that's the last of it for those. So yeah. This will be the wheat over here, and it'll just be the same thing. Like on this side, here in this corner will be an auto crafter like that to cover this 3x. Well, no, that's not going to work, because well, my range helps, but there needs to be a better way to place these, which I can't place them on top. Okay, yeah, we might have to do it like this then. 3x3, but a gap in the middle for an auto crafter to sit and have proper access to everything. But I'm still gonna produce a lot of food because these are tier 2s, but I think that's gonna end up being the way to do it, is just to have it where I can snap around the middle, and then the middle becomes where my auto crafter sits. Like that. So the auto crafters, which, you know, when I do that, I probably want to go ahead and supply wherever it is. Somewhere chocolate. I guess maybe because I haven't made it yet. So no, not that. We'll do everything then. Just fine. Everything. And that way it'll produce chocolate, and it'll take that, and then it's going to just dump it here. And this will be the one that produces the cookie from chocolate and flour. And then it will supply, I guess once I get them start going, it'll supply cookies. So this will have a lot of drones coming here. I may end up throwing like another drone station here for that. Welcome back, Jenny. Yeah, this is going to have a pretty decent look to it. I think, you know, you teleport here, and it's just a whole bunch of cookie production going on around. So I need... Let's finish up at least the first 3 by 3 by 3 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for that grid, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 on that grid. So I got 11. And then so I need 11 more for this side, and then on this side, you know what? I need 19. 19 because it's 24 total, and that's 5. So I'm gonna need 19 of those. So we'll just dump those. So yeah, a lot of food being produced there in the end. I gotta remember where I go to get out of here. What happens? I haven't played this since last week, other than doing some video work for it. And yeah, had to think about it. Let's see how I do it. Yeah, plenty of money right now. That probably was fuses. So let's get another 24 items, 12 of each seed pack. That going. I'm gonna need more trade rockets. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna grab the supplies instead of doing that build and then break it down this time, since it was lagging it so much. So I need 2 bee larvae for each. It was 24 per side, so there's one side that needs 11, or side needs 19. So I've got a total of 30 I need, which means I need 60 bee larvae. Yep. And then 30 of each of those. So it's a good thing I started doing all of the fertilizer production. There you go. 30. I wonder what new types, what tiers we'll get of stuff now that I won't have to figure out where to store it here. I have some other stuff I want to figure out where I want to store it. And where is it? Bioplastic nuggets. Oh, don't tell me. I know I've built them. There we go. And then regular, super. You know, I'm gonna get that from the other planet because it's got an excess there right now. A mod for larger stacks. There is a the mod I'm using, item stacking mod. You can, in the config for it, change the stack size if you want. I just stick with the default of 10 because I feel like that's sufficient. But you can go up higher. You're just gonna have a lot more. I think in the end, depending on how much storage you have, you may end up having extra overhead from it, trying to calculate everything. But yeah, technically you can already like do that. You can increase the stack size higher, and it's got certain storage items that are disabled in the config, but you can enable them. I know I had seed packs somewhere. I had seed packs already for this on this plant too, and I don't know what I did with those because I brought those. All right. Okay, and that, oh, yeah, one more. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is it right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 deep from where it starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna go, yes, 5. that. You know, one thing that'll be interesting with the new toxicity DLC and the whole cleaning toxicity from the planet, as opposed to like Humble was pretty much the same, just warming it up. The Moons update is where we got the first real change, where like Selenia, you had to contend with an increased cold effect from the Blazar Quartz. And then here, you dealt with the fact that, one, the land appears as you terraform, and two, you can't mine anything on Aquala. So it'll be interesting to see how they add the toxicity mechanic to where it apply. Like, all this is similar technology for the most part, but it'll be interesting to see how they apply that new toxicity tech to the other planets, like the other maps. Like, can you, on the other maps, make use of that toxicity cleaning mechanic? Is it going to be something that can be used to continue terraformation on other planets to be used with it? Or is it, once you beat toxicity, let's say that's your starting planet, and, oh, well, guess what? It doesn't help you on any others. You know, you don't, I mean, you get some of the same tech unlocked, but you don't get anything that, with that, adds you a special capability on another planet, you know? So it'll be interesting to see how, like, with Humble, the ore crusher mechanic did not really translate to the other planets and their tech. Did I miscalculate? I may, oh wait, no, I didn't. I did that. 1, 2, yeah, there. I was like, I thought I calculated right, and I just forgot to leave a gap. So there we go. So that's 24 total per group right now. And then look at this. I could do another round, which means 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then continue on each one, and then it'll give me another stack in there. So that gives me even more. And technically at this point I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next one will put me at 9. So I will get a 12 by 12 arrangement at a certain point. I forgot to bring the stuff for auto crafters. So I need 24 of each seed type. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more auto crafters. See how long I've got for these C's to show up. Just over 3 minutes. I need to put a speed thing on that trade rocket right now. Okay, there's those. I swear I had another set of those seed packs, because you can't auto transport them. Since you can't, since they have to be bought, it doesn't count them. Or it hasn't shown up for me yet on the like here, you can't go and trade or transport the seed packs. Oh, great. There we go, finally. I swear though I had some other ones. Cocoa, wheat. Somehow I've got an extra wheat one there. I'm not sure where that must be one I found somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So don't need that right now. I do need 4 auto crafters. And at least this will get me started. Now, obviously, you could do this with the regular, outdoor farm originally to get it going. But I do have the tier 2 outdoor farm unlocked, so I'm going to make use of the better tech. It means more items, faster production. It's going to just mean more money. But if you were trying to do this as a way to make tokens, so you can expand it, then yeah, you could do it where you just maybe do like one side, the way I'm doing now where I've got wheat and cocoa, and just do one end and get it going where it's generating enough tokens. And then when you have the ability to get the outdoor farm tier 2 and start producing it, then you go on the other end and start making the tier 2 farms and then retool the original setup. But this is still just for funsies at this point, because this is so much more effective than what the cookie farm is going to be, and with less effort to put it together. And of course, then you got the high earner of Pulsar Quartz, but it's still a case of Pulsar Quartz. You can only produce up to a certain point because you're only gonna have enough room to produce a certain amount of each resource. The zeolite, the osmium. Even if you're shipping them from other planets and setting up a big transport system to ship things around to produce as much Pulsar Quartz as possible for trade, you're still going to hit a limit with how much you can produce of a certain resource, just because there's no more space to build extractors or anything. The silk, the big problem is getting the larva, and it's not like it originally was where you don't have that A or B. You might get a bee larva, you might get a silk larva. Here's the recipe for the silk larva. You're gonna get a silk larva when you do it. You know it. You know that's what you're gonna get. So just make a stack of 10 or 15 incubators and just do one round after another. Make a ton of silk larva. Also, the fact that I'm building it here for the reason of there's a spot over there where you can harvest with the robot silk larva. So, I'm getting plenty of silk larva to grow my setup on the other planets, on Selenia. So silk is still the way to go. You can much more readily get it set up and keep expanding on it. But just to say we did it, we're gonna do this one. So this will produce flour and will supply now, okay, it's like the chocolate. I guess I gotta just say supply everything because it's not showing me flour at the moment. I guess because I haven't made any yet. Okay. I've got enough. Yeah, so let's put wheat away so I don't mess up and put the wrong thing in the wrong spot. Should be 24. So I will have a little bit left over off of this round. That's fine. And we'll give it time to see this kind of kick in. I didn't do this one yet, right? Yeah, I did that one. I think I'm gonna try to keep it in groups just to keep it streamlined. That I know I didn't mess up. Yeah, okay, that's going. That one's done. Okay, so that's that 3x3 there. This will be this 3x3. Alright, and that should be all of it. So there goes all those seeds. So we'll dump that, take the wheat. Same thing. Actually, you know what? There we go. And then, you know what? I just thought about the fact that I've got this gap here that I left so that it lined up. And with that, I could actually do the trade rockets here. I could have trade rockets kind of along each edge. So as this stuff gets produced here, it'll have 8 trade rockets. I won't be doing boosters with the trade rockets as far as where they're at, but I could technically do that, or I could just move this and try to get a nice little setup of trade rockets going in the middle. I feel like I'll just do that. This is still just kind of more for funsies, but we'll see how much I'm producing. If I end up producing a ton of chocolate and wheat and then the cookies, I may have to you know, go around building, like, I don't know, maybe over here at the end we'll do this as like a walk down over here, and I start doing big trade setups, right? Trade rocket setups over here. Right now the problem is I don't have the actual resources to request to have them come here and produce a cookie. And cookie's only 9 tokens. To be fair, fabric is 8 tokens, so this is 1 token more, but a lot more effort on this than just the silk generators. The number of rockets, well, you can't launch as many rockets as you used to in early access, where I could like spam 200 because of the way it handles like the building. Like in early access, it didn't count the platform as occupied until it was completed. So you could, you know, sit there with my rapid fire button, just spam and get like 200 rockets. Now it actually immediately counts it as completed. So when you do the rocket launch, I do have a mod that will auto launch. I just don't have it set at a very high refresh cycle on it, because that I think does add to some of the lag, because it's just constantly checking and trying to launch. I'm hoping maybe we get an auto launching platform with this new planet. That been saying, you know, we needed a automated recycling machine. We got that. It's just slow, but we did get it. So maybe we get an automatic rocket launching platform now with this new one. But as far as the count of rockets, I don't think it has any effect in terms of calculations causing it to slow down. At least not that I've noticed. I think the worst part of it is, of course, certain particle effects, mainly being, like you see, we have all these spraying water. If you have a lot of the like grass burrs and such in one area, I have seen that cause some lag. And of course, the massive butterfly fields cause lag, which is why I've switched gears in this playthrough to just focus on like over there 3x3 kind of grid arrangement, or, well, you know, 3x3 with the middle taken out, because again, optimizers only target 8 items. But you know, just going and using fuses to optimize everything, you just, I can build a whole bunch of optimizers in the middle and just keep stacking fuses, and it's definitely a better performance approach that way, because I'm not creating as many of them that have to be tracked in terms of the particle effects. Yeah, I had that one save where I made the Tower of Power, or no, I did Tower of Power, the green one with just the nuclear gens, but I had the Tower of Nothing But Heaters, and it's tier 5 heaters is like, how many was it per floor? It was a 5x5, I think, is what I did. So it was like 25 heaters per floor, no optimizers, and I was something like 20 floors already made. It was hundreds of heaters in the game, and like sitting at right now looking at it is what it would be like. You see no steam, but as you got to a certain point, they'd just start flooding the steam effect into the game, and it did not help the performance at that point, along with my 100 butterfly farms I had in one spot. So honestly, cost-wise, power-wise, it does seem to be better just to do like a group of 8 of something, and then just fill it with optimizers right there and with the fuses so that you get a high output of whatever it is without the added effect of, hey, you know, I'm sitting here lagging really bad because, okay, we got chocolate. Chocolate is showing. Let's see if it will let me demand it now. Why can I not demand it? Am I just not seeing chocolate on here? I swear you are supposed to be able to demand everything you can produce. Something just produced here. Okay, so I'm getting at least enough to produce some of that. That's gonna be a problem if I have to have that. I can't transport the chocolate. Okay, great. If that's the case, you can't transport the chocolate. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, it's got to be here somewhere. It's just, it's not up here with that stuff. It's like, here's the cookie. Why is the cookie down there? Okay. So we've got that going. I guess for now, we need to get some trade rockets going. I don't think I have everything I need. Oh, actually, I do up here. Okay. That's just... Oh, no. I'm out of power. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Just throw that there for a moment. I need that. And I think that's enough to let that kind of run for a little bit. Let's see how it works. I am going to need some more power, and then we'll have to move the power setup somewhere. We got to have our power station, because I have very little actual power production here at the moment. But I will show you where I do know the rockets definitely slow the gameplay down. And it's not actually the rockets, but rather the effect afterwards when you go and look at your satellite count. Because if I just let this sit, frame rate's going to start, you know, you see it dropping already because of all those little streaks on the screen from satellites. If I just sit here and let it go, it's gonna slow and slow and slow. So yeah, that is one way definitely a lot of rockets will slow things down. But as far as the rockets themselves, I don't see it. I think the worst culprit is still the autosave. Just seems to lag every time. So... I mean, that's a lot of those just calculating along with everything else going. It's not like on Subnautica, though, that, like, the rockets are not causing a problem with calculation in terms of they're not... like, in Subnautica, I had that save. I built a surface to lava zone tube. Where I had like the base on the surface and I just built my way down and built my way down. It got to the point where if I built something, another corridor or a window, structural, the reinforcement, if I built any of that, there was points it would take like a minute to calculate, recalculate the whole strength of the structure because there's just so much going on. I haven't seen anything like that with the rockets here. So I don't see that being an issue in here. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen that kind of issue. That's the only thing I would think could really be a potential problem, and they seem to have handled that well. But you know, that when you launch a rocket, it's got to recalculate everything. And when you build like anything that's affected by the number of rockets and the percentage boost, that it's, you know, it slows it down because it's got to recalculate your current terraformation rate. They seem to have done a good job with that. So, you know, I need to get not that. I need power for, what? Oh, I did the wrong thing. I built teleporters to bring back instead of power. I clicked the wrong thing. They're both purple. So. And I did not actually mean to do that one. Okay, let's yeah, I'll just toss it all back in. Okay, and that. Now see this lagging right here. It seems like what I was saying, you know, when you launch a rocket or you build certain things, it lags, like the plant stuff was lagging. There may be some stuff where that recalculation based on the percentage increase is affecting it. Like this, it may be trying to recalculate all the power use and production. Same as with, like I was saying in Subnautica, that playthrough I did, where it was slowed down to the point it was taking a couple minutes for each component to build because of that recalculation of everything. And I was like, you know, that I'm not sure how that's handled in the game. I just know if I did that in like a spreadsheet in Excel, it would be a lot faster. So I'm not sure how that's getting handled in the game for it, but that might be what we're seeing right there with the power part. Partly, I think, on that planet because of, again, some of the stuff I have going there. Here, I didn't have that problem, that lag with the outdoor farms when I was placing them down. Okay, I brought too many, but that's okay. I can squeeze it in. I can make it fit. Make it work. I mean, that should be more than enough power right now. I'm gonna relocate it so I can have a better setup. Okay, let's see how we're doing. We got chocolate, got cookies. Yeah, the one thing is the drone transport is gonna be kind of a pain here. What the heck? I placed down a autocrafter there, yes, and it's only I'm missing an autocrafter. I'm pretty sure I did an autocrafter there. And I'll just throw this one right here just so I don't put the stuff away elsewhere. Okay, I swear I had an autocrafter over there. This is the chocolate. Now I know that's down here. I'll just do the chocolate. Okay. That should... The thing is, that actually seemed to have those covered for all of this. So that's the only spot that is visible, is just because it's getting close to being fully grown. I will want a drone station here, I think. I've never actually played with how does having the extra drone station. I think I did that on one with Prime, maybe the last playthrough with Prime. I had a drone station that I set up next to where I was doing the trade rocket for the silk stuff, and then I was like, you know what, there's too much travel time to do the silk production, so I moved it and brought it over here. But you know, I'll do this, that way it might be a case they can stop here and I can have a group that just kind of hangs out over here instead of always having to go off and help with that. It's what I had trade rockets. I used it for that thing. Okay. Is that all I am missing right now? Yeah, let's just do it that way again. Oh, of course, now I don't have the circuit boards because of the drone station. Okay, let's just see how I can get this to line up. What? How is it this is now lining up that way? Like suddenly it's okay. Now it's working. That was weird because it was rotating in between. And that is not going to fit kind of the way I was expecting. I was hoping I might have enough room to get another one in there, but I'm not. So that is just too close. We'll just put it right up after the save. Okay, right up to there. Oh, come on. I literally just built it there. What the? It's like, no, you can't build it here, but you just did. This is acting crazy right now. Like, it was literally built there. Did not complain at all. And now it's complaining. And I could build these things floating in the air under normal circumstances. So I'm gonna do it that way. Why is that? It's literally not intersecting anything. It's connected and should have worked. Okay, so we'll demand all the cookies. And yeah, just auto launch with that larva right there. It's just the drones is the problem. Let's see. 50 drones, and there are 50 of them in supply. I'm gonna need a lot of drones here. Yeah, look at that. That, and then those right there. This is the one problem I don't like with Aqualis. Is it's the distance between certain spots for good resource stuff. Like, there goes one drone over there. I need a set of drones that just stay over there and transport stuff to the launchers there. That's all this is, just launching some stuff to that, you know, doing that. Sending these lovely silkworms to Selenia. Alright, so at some point this should do like a launch. Come on. Did I did not supply the right... I clicked that. I swear I did. I want to make sure they do. Yeah, okay, they're doing it. See, they're going back and forth. That's what we need. A way to restrict them so that they do the back and forth like that. So we can say, you guys are the only ones that worry about this. And let them go and just do their job. So that is 25 cookies per launch. 9 per cookie. So we're going to get 225 tokens per trip compared to 200 tokens for the silk generators. And again, this was a lot less trouble to set up, or this was a lot more trouble to set up than the silk generators. Especially now that I got silk larvae being produced on autopilot. Alright, I'm gonna go get some water, let this start doing its little bit of launching. There's food and water. And, yeah, okay, so technically the farm is underway. Not high volume, obviously, just the one at a time right now, but I still have... I need to buy more seed packets. That's the other thing about it, is you have to buy the seed packets to scale up, too. So there is that expense of buying the seed packets to get to scale up, and having to wait for it to be delivered. And the fact that I cannot find anywhere that the seed packets themselves are available. I'm gonna look again because I got 1, 2, 3, 4 seed packets right there. That's one thing I'm pretty sure is not available for us to sort. Yeah, I don't see them anywhere. I mean, they're not expensive. You know, see that? 75 and 150. So 225 for each pair of tokens. So not a lot. I mean, that, okay, so that's, if I did a 3x3 with the one in the middle, so you got 8, that's 1.5 of each of those. So 2 trips gives me enough for the 3 groups. The 3x3, the 3x3, 3x3, like I just did. So 2 shipments gives me that for both types. That's 5,400 tokens. I get 225 tokens per launch with the trade rocket. So to recoup just the cost of the tokens, you're talking over 20 trips. So 20 trade rockets being launched to recoup the cost of just buying the seeds to set it up. And that's 6 minutes per, or no, not 6 minutes, that's 10 minutes per, right, by default. I mean, I got these boosting. All right, here it goes. This one comes back. All right. Let's just see how low this is. It's like 180 seconds, I think I got down to. Yeah, let's see. 270. So, yeah, it's like, what, 500, 600? 600, so it'd be 10 minutes on the trip. So, 20 trips, you're talking 200 minutes. You're talking 3 hours to recoup the cost of what I just built. That's yeah, you gotta have more trade rockets for that. It's also a case of how fast can that produce to keep the trade rockets active. Like, how many rockets do I need per little setup like that? The mice chirping. Eyes just flittering. He was doing his little hiccupy, chirpy thing. Oh, there he goes again. See if it picks up on the microphone. I need like a separate loose microphone so I can just kind of stick it carefully up to his face. Oh, now he wakes up. I get too close and he wakes up. Oh, maybe. Yep. He's like, what? You talking about me? He already had a treat. He got a treat at the start of the stream, and he got chicken nuggets from McDonald's for being such a good boy at the vet today. Like, he was perfectly, well, not perfect. He was calm. Like, he didn't go, he wasn't barking at anybody. He was sitting there literally, he sat in the chair next to my chair in the waiting room and just kind of sat there. And he'd whine because he'd want to go and see people because he'd hear people there. But he, like, nobody was in the waiting room with us. So he just kind of sat there and just whined. And then we went back to the examination room. And he would just sniff around and come and jump up on the bench and sit next to me. He'd just sit there and just do that. So he was calm. He didn't act up. He was perfectly behaved overall, other than, you know, having to keep calling him back over because he was sniffing everywhere. And I was worried he was going to start peeing on things. But, you know, he got some chicken nuggets as a treat for being so well behaved over there. So he's already had that treat and his typical twisty stick. That's where I put those. Okay. So I have 1, 2. Perfect. 24 of each. I've got enough for the other side. Or one other side of the thing I can't see from here. That's not showing here. I wonder if it, like, does it not even show, like, the gardens? It's not even showing them. Oh, a little bit. Oh, no, because it's not even, like, look. That's the trade rocket platform. There's the drone platform. It's not even showing the gardens. I gotta at least have it show the gardens, you know, so you see something there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do... I'm gonna have 4 rockets here. It may end up being just the one floor. Unless, like I said, I might go in... Well, not here. I guess I could do it like... Well, there's all I use. I could use this area, maybe. Have this come over there, and then it's like, here's a nice little area for trade rockets. But then I'm adding the transport from here to there. So I like having it as close as possible. All right, getting close. I'm gonna need more drones, though, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna need more drones to help with this, but I have enough that I can do this same setup for one more corner, and then we'll do the other corner. So I got whatever shipment I've got going now, then I have the next one, and then we'll have at least the first basic setup. And then, if I feel like it, which I should have enough room on every side, we can extend this out, go another 1, 2, 3, and that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then another 1, 2, 3 in that direction. Plus the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Probably that. So I should get, whereas this is group 1, 2, and 3 groups, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups along each frame of that. So that would be 40 farms along each branch. And that'd be 3 1/3 orders from trade rockets. So yeah, power. Let me see how my power is doing now. Oh, gee. All those extra generators that helped. I am gonna just, yeah, go get the supplies to do. I need to be able to do the whole setup. So 48. I need 48 tier 2 outdoor farms for the other corners. And I'll make this happen again. Let's see how long this is gonna take. Really only need more rockets for buying the seed packets right now. That's the only holdup, is the speed of the seed packets. But after that, I'm not gonna need all those extra rockets, so I don't think I need to worry about actually building more trade rockets. So yeah, 24 and 24, so a total of 48. So I need 96. Bees, and then everything else is just gonna be 48. Oh. There we go, 48. I'm going to continue this one when the new DLC hits. Just so, for one, I have a feeling we're going to have some changes as far as the solar system calculations. Because, you know, it calculates the whole solar system, everything you generated. So I have a feeling it's going to be making an adjustment to that. So we may have some new technology. So instead of starting over where it's like now, oh, look, we've got some new special quartz. And I got to work my way through all these others to get my terraformation up to that point. I'm going to go ahead and continue this save so we can knock that out, try out toxicity, and then decide if it's worth a separate run with it by itself, because you can't go to it once you've beaten the first planet. They said that, so should be fine on that. Before I go, let me see what my count was at. A timer. 36 seconds, we'll wait. Oh, did I not give you the... I didn't give you the treat. I messed up. I thought I gave him the treat. I was talking about the DLC. And I forgot to put Timmy's treat out, so... He does get a treat. Be fair, he did still have the chicken nuggets earlier. You gonna eat that or not? Can I have it? Can I have that? Can I have it? You don't want it? Can I eat it? He's like, it's a trap. It's a trap. I can't move my paw. There, I'll put it there. He's like, I know I'm being watched. I'm being watched. Why are you doing this to me? Like, don't make me have to eat on camera. And he's like, hang on. Yep, he is like, I'm gonna wait till you turn the camera off. Then I'll eat it in a minute. Okay. He's just gonna lay there. Maybe he's full from the chicken nuggets. So that's 36. This next order will get me up to 48, which will cover everything I'm about to build. Yes, so that will be the next group. That should be more than enough iron right there. So now I gotta start building this out again. I'll say it was 5 in each direction, yeah. Like that. Yes, okay, there we go. All right, Jenny, we'll see you when you get back. Okay, so that is the outer edge. And then that is 1, all right, so 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to see how much I use in terms of iron on this part. Just to say I know it costs this much iron to build just these new sections. Oh yeah, look at that. I actually used more than I thought. I had 2 rows. I've already used 1 and part of the other, so I'm not going to have enough iron. Well, 4, 5. That's 10, right? What? 1, 4? No, that's 9. I'm still going to end up being short. And that just means the next set of sections will be even more iron going there. I may have to actually bring some iron with me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, down to 10 left. I don't know how many stacks I brought, but I was like, I think I brought too many. And I was thinking it was going to be an extra 2 or 3 stacks, and I ended up having just 1 extra stack. So I did good on that one. Okay, so now I'm going to start from the middle again, from this spot. Basically this corner. Okay, and gauging best I can on about where I think those notches are. I did good. So yeah, I'm doing it from the corner here where they are going to basically intersect between each section. And I was off a little bit on that side, but that's okay. Yeah. All right. And now that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I forgot to bring the stuff for the auto crafters, so I'll have to go get those. And that's it. Perfect count. Alright, I need seeds. I need 6 more auto crafters. And I probably need to go ahead and get me a couple more. Well, you know, we'll just go ahead and get the other 3 trade rockets for now. So I'll have 4 trade rockets there. And that way at least have that going. I need to bring some drones back. Yeah. About 50. They're tapped out, so we're gonna need 100 on this planet, I think. The problem with that is stuff does not line up with the foundations. This is something I've pointed out repeatedly in different situations. The foundations do not line up to the rooms. They are not actually fitted together. If you line it up as close as you can to the middle, it will still not go in the middle. It'll be closer on one side and shorter on the other. So if it snapped to the foundation, it would be great, but they can't with the current design implementation. They would have to redesign certain things, which means probably hey, this is either going to completely break your current game, so you're going to have to start over, sorry. Or we're going to have, you know, to use this, you'll have to go to a new game save and do that with the old game saves, keeping the older version of the foundations or whatever. But stuff, it can't snap because they don't actually line up to each other. They're not designed with the stuff fitted together. They're different sizes. What was that I need? Oh yeah, 6 auto crafters. Okay, so that's 6 auto crafters. Yes. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and do 1, 2, 3 trade rockets. And then let's see how close this is. We'll go ahead and get this all built out, and then I can come back, get the last batch of seeds, and we'll have the whole initial area kind of done. Then I can figure out how far back I want to extend it. Yeah, this is not a good money making method. It's a doable method. It's just not a good method. Let me rephrase that. It's a good method because it can be automated. It's not a good method because there's much better automated methods. But this is better than trying to go and manually produce stuff to trade it and put it in the trade rocket yourself. So, what is this one? This is the chocolate, so we're going to alternate these. So this will be the flour and supply. Flour, supply, I would like to see a change with the auto crafters, and I think this is something that could definitely be done. An option that, because obviously the auto crafter is providing, is producing something, so it's probably something you want to possibly have it ship out, you know, supply. What if we had a key toggle or a little something there that says auto supply selected item? So instead of having to go and say supply everything so you could change it around, or supply that thing then go and clear it out, I choose chocolate and it automatically sets it to supply that item, because that's it. And then when I change it from chocolate to something else, it then supplies whatever that item is. That I feel like that should be it. You know, we should have like a way to do that. And that's just a programming change, adding the little toggle switch like we have with these, where, you know, you get the auto launch thing. They could do that. That would simplify things a bit, I feel like, because, hey, you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, selecting that item each time. It's auto selected, because that's what's getting produced there, you know? There we go. Is that? I did that one a little too low. Yeah, that somehow went into the thing. I don't think they'll be able to do or they're going to do a tier 4 extractor of that styling. A reason for that is there was a reason they nerfed it, you know. That method with the tier 4 extractor was, or tier 3 extractor, where you could just get anything anywhere pretty much, was definitely OP. So I don't think they'll do that again. That was kind of like a, you know, it is interesting at one point, but then they're like, okay, this is not actually, like, this kind of just streamlines things too much. Like, it's just too simple. You know, it gives you the option to build pretty much everywhere and anywhere, meaning you don't have to worry about, oh, I got to build here to produce this because of proximity to this. I could just go over here and build and produce this here. You know, I'll do it. No, so I feel like they won't go back to that. That will just stay the way it is. If we get a tier 4, it may be like more capacity, and more speed, or something like that. You know, or maybe we get a tier 4 that lets us choose 2 items to produce at the same time. But of course, it'll probably end up taking up the space of almost 2 whole extractors too. It'd just be less power, and it would be faster production than having 2 separate standalone extractors. Okay, that's about to return. These are all set up. That doing. Almost have enough to launch one more. So this, as this finally grows and kicks in, that might actually start helping. This also does give me the option. Let's see, was there a fuse for growth speed? I feel like there was. I never used it, I don't think, but I think there was one to boost the growth production time. I can't remember if that was actually production or something with the plant multiplier. I feel like the plant multiplier was just the terraformation value. Yeah, let's go ahead and get all that. Actually, go ahead and do the next round. I don't have anything else I need to order right now. I got a fuse. We'll see it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, growth multiplier fuse. So having that gap in the middle instead of a full 3x3 with no middle gap, the gap means I can add growth multipliers if I want to keep from having to build a second floor. So I could just growth multiply the first floor on each section. And that means I can, because it'll do the closest ones. They should all target the 8 that they are in the middle of. So I could do that. And I've got 12 right now spots. So I would need 36 growth multiplier fuses to do just one optimizer at each place. That's something else I'm gonna be buying. Okay, so I got those, I got that. Trying to think, what was it? I got those, yeah. Yeah, I still gotta go and put the actual seeds in. Then we'll do the next area. I think I can make this work. It'll just end up being like, it's gonna be a big one. But the snapping with those does help as far as making sure those at least line up together, the outdoor farms. Yeah, that is one thing that could help boost the efficiency of this farm setup, is the growth multiplier. But it's still going to be, you know, you're gonna either have to go and get them or buy them. You have to go and get them. You ain't buying them, so you have to produce them, or yeah, I can produce them. So Quasar Quartz and Fertilizer Tier 3. Silkworm's not a big deal. Plus here I'm getting the silkworms, and this is where, you know, I unlock the Quasar Quartz recipe, so I can make Quasar Quartz here. Phosphorus I'm producing here, algae. I could set up, actually, that's an idea. I could set up a Quasar Quartz farm here if I kind of wanted to. I really, phosphorus is the only thing that's a big deal, and I've got phosphorus being produced and shipping out now. I think I did that last, yeah, I did that last time. So not such a big deal on that. Okay. That's cocoa. So yeah, sweet. So here we go. Still have extra seed packets from somewhere. It's probably some of the ones I got on the procedural Rex. You know, it didn't even think about the fact that I could have just literally, as I built these out, gone through and said, hey, you want this type of seed packet. Oh wait, that's right, I can't. I can't select these seed packets for some reason. They didn't give us an option to transfer these. That would be kind of a useful trick there, is be like, hey, I want you to request these seed packets. I did get them all right, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I have 26 extra, 24 extra. Oh, I calculated the combined amount of, like, you know, both sides for like each type. I actually have more than enough. So, okay. That, yeah, I calculated right. I just forgot that I was splitting it between two types. Yeah, the thing with the Qualis is everything's so spread out. It's kind of, you really need some drones here because of transfer distance. That does kind of hurt the production rate here for things, but you know, phosphorus is really the only main thing I need off of this planet. And I've already got that going. The silk larva is for selenia, which I probably need to go and check on that after this, because now this is kind of automated. I just need some more. I need to get some more rockets launching. So yeah, I need some more drones to help with transport here. Time to go make some drones. And then we'll take a pause from here and go to Selenia. So that's an hour 45 minus the checking out the update notes at the beginning. So an hour 35, I guess, for time to work on building that. And that's not going to produce a lot. I'm getting way more from the silk stuff. But again, you know, it's fine. There we go. And now how much did I do? 75. Okay, I'm getting some lag because I'm not getting as much of a boost with my auto fire button. There we go. 100 drones again. I'll go do 50 drones at Qualis. Still too many drones, I think. Drones probably have a bigger effect, honestly, than some of the other stuff really on performance, because there's just so many of them going. Look at that. It's going all over the place. Yeah, I guess if you wanted to, there's phosphorus and there's bioplastic nuggets right there. Okay. Which would give you the ability to have those. You have silk larvae being produced, so you take those and set up silk generators alongside. Here's your algae generator. There's a little base over there, and you basically have a quasar quartz automation. Blazar quartz is even easier, selenium, cobalt, and super alloy, so you basically have that production very easily. Actually, I could set up a blazar quartz automation on selenia very quickly. Solar quartz, practically nothing. If you're producing any of that on auto, you could sit there and just start mass producing those. I need to start doing that. We still don't have magnetar quartz, so I see magnetar quartz becoming an unlock with this new DLC, the toxicity one. Even though from the toxicity standpoint, I would think the yellow or green color would be a better fit, but maybe we get a unlock for magnetar quartz when we beat that planet, you know, the solar side of it. That will be the magnetar quartz, and then we'll have everything we need to mass produce cosmic quartz and not have to do my little trick of buying energy fuses to recycle them for cosmic quartz. Just so we can recycle cosmic quartz to make magnetar quartz. I don't want you to make flare. Where you, no, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's going. We got more drones. I know I got something going over there. It should be doing phosphorus. It's supposed to be doing phosphorus. At one point I was doing phosphorus. You know what? Speed things up. I'll do that here too. There we go. There's a set of 12 coming. This will speed it up. I want to say, yeah, I did do phosphorus. I'm gonna dive off my diving board over here. Nice deep water. That is one advantage of that. That is kind of a fun thing just to do that free fall. I know I did a setup for phosphorus. Oh no, I didn't do it here. I did it at the upper one because I had that other spot there I could not get rid of. That's right. Because I still have that spot up there that's producing phosphorus that I cannot get to unless I can get something to let me no clip in the terrain. Yeah, I think it's time to do with all my production. I think I need to set up some auto crafters making at least the other quartz types for right now. And that some of those are definitely I can produce high volume. It's magnetar quartz that's the pain right there. Otherwise I'd be mass producing it and mass producing cosmic quartz. Oh, and that'd be one of those. I just take a whole bunch of cosmic quartz and just throw them out of my, drop them from the inventory. So they just glitter on the ground. It's just a big pile of glittery cosmic quartz eggs all over the ground. I need an item dropper like in Minecraft. Something that can just drop items on the ground and then drones that can collect them. I would do a cosmic quartz waterfall. Just to have a thing that shows like, hey, check out my cosmic quartz waterfall. And it's just constantly dropping cosmic quartz out. Like just spitting it out, and having it fall through a spot and then a drone collects it from the ground. That'd be kind of funny just to be able to say, I did a cosmic quartz waterfall. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I did a auto shuttle setup over here. That's just the drones coming over here to help put stuff in the shuttles. I know I'm completely maxed out, or was maxed out on phosphorus back at Prime. I'm gonna catch you, Mr. Drone. You can't escape me. I'm gonna get you. Boom. Went right past you. Haha. Look at this. I can go in reverse faster than you. Haha. Yes, there we are. Okay. I got 2 of them. So yeah, that should be sufficient for the fact that I've got this one here and then another one stuck in the terrain producing. So yes, that's enough. So that's all you need right there, And I just thought of the fact the new map is all about cleaning up and the toxic stuff, and there's like sludge and stuff like that. That I guess we have pumps like filters and stuff like that. So the question is, how are they handling the resource stuff? Like here on Aqualis, extractors cannot be placed because they can't extract anything. Well, that's the theme, is you can't build the extractors under normal circumstances here. If you disable build constraints, you can build the extractors here and produce items with them. That's not actually blocked from being produced here. If you did find a way to get it to place, it's just the obstruction is you're not supposed to be able to place anything as far as the extractors here. And that's the thing, is there's nothing mineable here. So if you maybe on the toxic planet have a thing where you have to clean up your like certain areas before you can extract resources from them, that would be kind of an interesting mix and twist on this. Like, oh, I can gather resources around this area by manually picking them up, but I have to at least clear the sludge pool out of this area to do that. Or maybe you have something you have to have, here's a refiner, a processor thing that has to be there and has to be active to, and it basically when you do it, it clears a little area and you can place an extractor in that area. So it's kind of like almost the optimizer. It covers for a certain range around it as far as cleaning up the area so you can build extractors until you get your terraformation high enough. That's not a problem. That could be kind of an interesting twist. It'd be like the way this is done. You can't mine stuff here, but then you would get the ability to mine stuff. And that would be an interesting way to kind of twist things, similar to how we've got the crushers in Humble. And we did see on the, you look at the pictures for toxicity page, there are similar devices to the crushers where you're going to have something that is converting one item to another. You do have some kind of item conversion happening on toxicity. So we've already seen that aspect. Because it's got a similar display thing on some production item. I don't know what it's called yet, but we know it's there. And I'm not going to ship these out. I'm just going to let these fill up. And I can do that. But I don't have crushers here because I'm not producing that stuff here. We'll go to Humble and look at it. And then go to Selenia. And make sure I don't need to do some big mass of silk farm building. So I probably will need to do. I'm sure I've got too many silk larvae right now. So yeah, we have something in the display stuff, the promo stuff for toxicity that has this same kind of screen on it, and it is a thing like this, except, you know, from what we could see, we didn't see anything sticking out the side like this. You got the tubes out of the side. What it had was this, and it was on a little platform that then stuck out to the right of it to a smaller one item slot blue chest. So it's kind of like the way this is done. It had like a platform like that, but it didn't have this stuff, and it just had like a little single item blue chest. So we got something similar on toxicity to how this works, but it's not an item crusher, or at least it's not the same item crusher. So that could be something with maybe the pustules, mushroom spores, something like that that we harvest to refine to make some other material. Oh yeah, producing more than enough pulsar quartz at the moment. Still out of something. Oh, I'm out of osmium. I'm out of osmium again. Because the recyclers are too slow. I got how many recyclers there now? There's too slow. It's just so much better. Check my recyclers. Oh wow, more than enough uranium now. But now I don't have enough osmium going. I was running low on the uranium and such. Now I'm running low on the osmium. That's why, because I got these. This is demanding both. Just that. And both. We're gonna cut this one out. There we go. So 2 of each type. That might help. Okay, and good. I had enough room. Iridium, okay, and yep, okay. Selenium, I'm not really using here, so not an issue. See, okay. I need to get those launching. Let's take some of this surplus. I'm gonna bounce off one of those little guys. Actually, I need to do my animal thing now that I got a type, a species number 4. Finally. Okay, that at least got something launching. It gives me some money coming in. Yeah, I still need to do this. So we might do that next. Now I've got the first part of a cookie farm going. How's that lag? And we're keeping those. I'm taking this with me. Oh, also, one thing to consider is with toxicity, the new planet toxicity, we're also going to be, it's a main planet. It's not a moon, it's a planet. The moons, Selenia and Qualis, you can't technically generate random wreck locations through the portal generator. You can on Prime and Humble. So toxicity will have that function. Which means toxicity is going to be one of those where we'll have the ability to go to new biomes. So it may be a case we don't get the Blazar Quartz or the Magnetar Quartz as just an unlock. It may be one of those you have to find the recipe by doing the procedural Rex off of toxicity, because it'll have procedural Rex that match the toxicity biomes. Oh yeah. Actually, I got plenty of those, and I've been stockpiling that for a reason. Cosmic Quartz. You know, it's just easier to say I got all these tokens. I'll go buy the fuses. and be done with it. And speaking of fuses, we're gonna launch a big expenditure for some more production fuses, because I expect I'm about to need some more of those. Let's see, how am I doing on silk here? I am maxed out here, of course. I bet I am maxed out on Selenia too. He's chirping again. There he was. All right, that nose going. I can't move my nose like he can, so I had to do it with my finger. He knows when he's on camera. He stops acting when he's on camera. Okay. Let's sort that, and silk almost full, so not as big of a problem here, but I do have plenty I can bring over. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 floors as of the last time. It is time to build some more. I'm just gonna do it this way. Do that. Plus, okay, I'll cover that, so I'll just go ahead and get plenty extra. That's fine. Yep. And okay, now we got it. So it did not line up. I was seeing that kind of lagging up now. Gotta make sure. Oh, see, did it again. Okay. Okay. I'm not to fall. Yeah, okay, got it. Now I gotta do this to get back inside. See, much more compact, infinitely, well, infinitely as high as we can build, I guess. Repeatable. Problem comes down to running out of rockets to launch, and then it comes down to the trade fuses and how fast I can get them to complete their trade routine. How many fuses I can get in there. Okay, I think I got it. Yes. We need jelly pads, like in SAS Factory, a slime block, Minecraft, stuff like that, where we can jump and land safely. I don't remember there being a jelly landing pad in this, and we totally need a jelly landing pad for jumping off of tall buildings in a single bound. Awesome. I can at least get it tall enough to match that, right? Or the trees? I make it tall enough to match the trees, yeah? Oh, ah. Oh, I thought I could make it happen. I almost did, and I fell. So, all right. This is gonna be floor number 15. I think it was, yeah, that was 15. Yes, okay. Let's see if I can actually get it to line up this time. Oh, I did it. And I am short iron. I have enough for that. I just don't have enough because of it's the ladder that is draining. I didn't maybe bring quite enough iron after all. Yep, okay. That's also what lags up the game right there. A lot of auto-crafters, because they all cycle at pretty much the same time. They're all timed at the same routine where everything triggers. So yeah, that's gonna lag up the game right there too. I think my problem here is the zeolite or the oxygen. Oh, I think, yeah, oxygen. I don't have any oxygen, but I need some more zeolite too, so. Back we go to get more stuff. Timmy still hasn't eaten his treat. Okay, so I guess I need to take it from here because I am maxed out here. Just throw it down there. So what I was doing like I did a row of or 3 rows. Then I do 1, 2, and 3 for the other materials. That leaves me that for the other supply. So yeah, I should be fine. Yeah, I can do all the zeolite from here. Water. I got plenty of water around here. I can drink from the fountain anytime I want. So, you know. Alright, that's almost done. Coming back, because I am going to need a bunch of fuses for each floor as well. Yeah, every floor. Silt generators. Auto crafters and fuses. Just gonna start with the silt generators first. There we go. All right. I really should have just brought the supplies for the auto crafters and the optimizers. So I could just go ahead and finish this floor in one swoop. Even the supplies for the windows. Just knock it all out in one go. So I don't have to do that. Just go back and get the next floor. Do it again. I need to bring supplies to go ahead and make me the topmost floor. At this point I remember doing is building that one base I did in one save on top of the waterfall in Prime, and I built a super tall power setup just like this, but it's just full, you know, power production with windows, so you can see all the power stuff showing. And God, I went through so many floors, so many levels of clicking on the ladder to get up top, that in the end it was like, you know what is a better idea? I just build a ladder onto the rooftop where I don't have the next floor built, the next 3x3 room, and I just literally climb onto the roof and jump, because it was just more effective. That's perfect. Just got to the last one. Okay. Yeah. So I need to bring that, and I can just dive bomb off the top to save trouble of doing this. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5 more floors. Really need to do another one, so. Okay, and then 1, 2. That gives me ladders. I know I will finish off that floor and possibly the whole left side of the next one, so I think I want to go ahead and try to get everything I need for that floor to finish it off, and the next one after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 auto crafters, and then 1, 2. Oh, explosive. No, I'm not out of that. Lies. I think I stopped producing it for a while because I was burning through something too fast. Yeah, I need to, I guess, set up. No, you know what? That one can do it. There we go. Start producing and produce everything. There you go. Okay. Yes. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one floor. 2, 3, 5, 6. That's the second floor. This is back. Let's get some more production fuses. Gotta use my money up, you know. Let's see, and that's 3 per, so that's 18 fuses per floor. So I'm gonna need 36 fuses. There we go. Okay, let's get. I'm gonna get some more of these. So, you know what? Here. You sit there for a second. This way I can keep track of the count I'm doing, because I can just even floor or even row, you know. I know I got all I need. There it goes. It's just easier to do that instead of having to count them with it mismatching, you know, staggering everything. So there's that. Okay, there goes that. There goes this. Okay. And I'll have to wait about the room and ladder combo. If I get that out, I couldn't see anything. It was in the way. This is not enough cobalt and iron to even do the windows, but I'm kind of making up for not doing this all on that other floor. So yeah, I'll come back for that and finish off that floor. You're getting bad storms? I think it's actually supposed to be good right now. Yeah, it's just cloudy for me. Cloudy and then get sunny and then the sun goes down. I think we get storms or, like, you know, some rainfall tomorrow at some point, or maybe like later tonight. I think it starts to roll in. I can't remember what it said. It's fine right now. We shouldn't have any problems other than, you know, my typical Comcast problems because of how bad they are. Like, my internet has been doing worse now since that tech came out. And I'm pretty sure it's not my connection now. It's something on just their network. Because I've been doing my speed test tracking. And I'll come in and, you know, check the logs and it'll show, oh, last speed test an hour ago. And I'm getting almost 1/10 of what I'm supposed to get for my speed. So my speed has, like, massively dropped recently. I'm not happy about that. But of course, by the time I get home from work or wherever I'm at when I'm checking it, and I get home and I test again, because you got to get on their app to test it and have them do a speed test using your device, it's back up to normal. So I'm like, okay, what's the point if I can't, you know, it is fine when I'm here and I'm ready to test and complain, but when I'm, like, you know, not in a position where I can do a full test from here and complain, that's when it's like, okay, I can see my logs and it shows that the speed has dropped to almost down to 1/10 of what I'm supposed to get. So yeah. I just need to set me up something I can use when I'm away that I can do the test from it. But, like, yeah, you're gonna fix this because I'm testing from this device and it shows the problem is you. And I can confirm the problem is them because I'm also losing connection enough to equal right now, based on over the course of 2 weeks, the amount of drops I've had on my internet service totals to about 7 hours of total no internet over the course of a month. That has gotten that bad now. So yeah, there's something wrong in this area and they're not fixing it. I'm just glad we're not dropping right now today. And knock on wood, you know, before it decides to start cutting me off for saying that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to go in here and set each of these up. I mean, granted, each floor is already covered by the auto crafters below it. Technically, I'm just doing this because I'm getting too many silt generators for one set of auto crafters to keep up with, especially with the optimizers going. Now I'm getting some lag from this. Too many auto crafters. And they all fire at the same time. And I think it's mainly not so much that they are firing at the same time, because the game does a good job of offloading stuff like drones where they're not actually rendering but still doing the calculations. I think it's when these start actually rendering the crafting that you have it visible, that's when we start to see the lag really start to kick up. All right, I'll get this. And this floor is done. And now I'm gonna start. Oh, it dropped me. Of course it did. All right. Of course it's interacting with whatever it can in front of me. Yep, okay. And I'm out. All right. You know what? Let me go ahead and get what I need, along with the other structure parts. Plus, I get some water. Oh, Jenny, if you suddenly go quiet, we'll know your power's out, your internet's out, or you're busy snacking. Could be that. We always have to assume that too. So, you know, you've taught us well. We have to assume you might be snacking as well. That is just, it's given. You know what? I'm gonna get a third stack. Just, well, if I could click it. There we go. No snacks, just ate dinner. I think that's what we're gonna do after this stream is over. Quick dinner. Well, no, I still gotta go get groceries. Because normally I would have gone and got groceries this morning, but instead I only had enough time to go pick up my mother's groceries for her, and not have enough time to get mine before I had to get Timmy to his vet appointment. So I still have to go get my food after this. Okay, now I'm back. You know, I wish when you're trying to build something, it would not access something because you're targeting kind of on it. You know, you're building. Point is to let you build. Okay, so this floor is done. I go up here, and I need to knock out the rest of my silk gens on this floor. Maybe we get a way to turn off the notification dings specifically for trade earnings, so I can just have it turn off and not get dinged every few seconds. Timmy got jabbed. Yes. It's funny. Of course, they did the blood test because he's a senior. They did senior blood work, and they did the stuff for the heartworm test and everything. They tried to do the fecal sample test, but Timmy decided he didn't need to poop. They said we couldn't get anything come out, so they gave me a little thing. It's a little spoon and a vial, and I basically, when I can get him to poop, I was supposed to collect a sample and then take it back to them so they can send it off for the testing, since he didn't, you know, give up a sample there. But of course, as soon as we get home from the vet, what is the first thing he'd do? He walks over in the backyard and takes a poop. And it was a big poop. So great, now I gotta go and take a sample of poop back over there to him, when I literally could have already done that, you know, had he done, or could have already, you know, had that taken care of. He'd, you know, let them get the poop sample there. And then they, you know, didn't jab him in the nose, but they did do the Bordetella vaccine thing, or, you know, treatment, which involved putting drops in his nose. So, of course, he didn't like that. So he sat there and, you know, like doing that, trying to get him out, and blowing bubbles. And then he got free and he was like, just started sneezing and shaking his head. Other than that, the only thing is, you know, he lost a tooth in the front, and she checked, and she was like, oh, he did lose a tooth. Yeah, I was like, he got a little snaggle tooth here. So she was pressing that. It's like, yep, that's loose. And then she checked the other ones, and one of his big canines on this side is also loose. And she said his gums are healthy. It's not gum disease. It's nothing with that. It's not diet or anything. It says some small breed dogs, as they get older, start to lose their teeth. It's just a normal thing. They just start to lose teeth. And she said it's just in case Timmy's gonna lose some of his teeth. Just, you know, I said I stopped him from tugging on toys, and he can like chew on them and such. He doesn't shake them as much anymore. He'll grab them and bite on them, but he's not like pulling and tugging. We don't do that because I don't want to have him. I don't want to pull on his teeth. Basically, that's what I'm trying to avoid. Oh, yep. I need to use up some silk larva from here, because now I am running out of room here. I get some more fuses ordered. As I see, I got them, yep, delivered. Okay. So before I forget that I'm doing it, 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have to do that many this time. There we go. Save lag. Okay, so I got that. All right, that's enough there. Okay. Zeolite, doing good here on that. So we'll take that. Water, you know, I'm not like hurting for water production here, so it's fine. You know, I'll take extra to cover the windows, and then there we go. Oh, and one more thing. I just realized I'm about to forget one more thing for that next floor. Fuses. 18 fuses. Yeah. Now, Timmy was, as I said earlier, he was very well behaved. You know, we were the only ones in the lobby when we got there. And so he immediately was like, you know, there was a woman paying that had already put her dog in the car, so he didn't have the dog, but he was just like, he stood there and just kind of wagged his tail and looking at her, but he started trying to sniff at her, so I had to pick him up and hold him, and he just pouty look, like, aw, you know, but he was calm, and I held him, and she left. We got, you know, checked in, said they'd call us back in a minute, and we went and sat down, and he came and sat down in the chair next to mine. And, you know, he just hopped up, sat down, and just sat there, and he'd whine a little bit because he could hear people in the back talking, and he's like, where are these people? I want to go see them. I want to make friends. And of course, he couldn't get to see them yet, so he's just sitting there whining, but he was perfectly calm, sitting there, tail just going. He's just sitting there, tail going, and just doing that for about 10 minutes till they called us back. And then, you know, he got taken back for his weight and everything. He actually lost 0.4 pounds since last year. He was 15.8 I think it said 9, and he's 15.5 now. So he lost a little weight, but you know, not to the point that it's like, uh-oh, this is a problem kind of thing. Oh. Then, you know, they, of course, try to get the poop sample and everything, as we told me, oh, you're going to have to collect the poop sample for us because he didn't need to poop. And then he poops as soon as we get home. And then he just kind of, he sniffed the floor, you know, wandered around the room a bit, kept looking at the door. He'd lay down on the floor, just stared at the door at one point, just watching the shadows go by, waiting. Every time you see a shadow go by, tail start going. But he was fine. He just lay there watching. Then he'd come and sit on the bench next to me, and I just give him scratches. He's perfectly calm. Finally, I picked him up, and I had him cradled back, where I was holding him there, and his head was here, and he just laid back, and I'm just scratching his belly, just holding him there, scratching his belly, and he finally starts. He's like trying to squirm a little bit because he's like, I gotta get ready for the people to come in. I gotta get ready. And as I finally got him to calm down, he just kind of eased in, and he's just laid against me. So the doctor comes in, and he literally just kind of goes. He goes right back. Like, he went from being so excited, I've got to see everybody, to never mind. I'm comfortable. I'm content. I'm getting my belly scratched. Literally just stayed there. I had to end up sitting up to get him to move. Because he was like, all right, you know, I prefer this. So yes, doctor just walks in, and he's just literally being cradled, kind of like a little baby, getting his belly scratched, and he just didn't even care that she had showed up at that point. But he was good, you know. He didn't try to jump off the table while she was checking him over. He did try to pull back, of course, when she was checking his teeth, like I said, because they were loose, a couple of them. And so she was kind of pushing on him and testing him. So he was kind of trying to push back, but he was basically pushing back into me because I was standing right behind him to keep him on the table. But he didn't sit there and whine. He didn't bark or growl or anything like that. He just, I'm cool, you know, I'm here. Oh, that's not comfortable. I'm gonna try to get away. Dad, save me. And then it was, okay, we're done. We're out of here. And we went, after I paid that big vet bill. That was an expensive bill, little guy. Went and got some chicken nuggets from McDonald's as a treat. And he had some chicken nuggets. So that was kind of like his lunch. And now he'll get his fancy food for dinner after this. Okay, got that. You hear all those auto crafters triggering. Oh yeah. I'm getting low on water. So I may have to sacrifice a bottle and drink it instead of yeah, let's see if I can do this quick enough. See if I can quickly burn through these last ones. I bet I cannot before I run out. Need to go get some water. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it, but I am going to at least get some. Forgot to actually consume some water before I got started on this round. Yeah, food level low. You're about to die of dehydration. But, you know, worry about your food level getting a little low now. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go. Just don't get why you can't drink from that. Just because there's frogs in it and all whatnot, you know. Whoa! And my food, yeah, being like that. Well, that wasn't actually draining my food. That was just about to kill me. Period. Yeah. My silk tower. All right, here we go. Finish this off. Oh no, I broke the powers. I broke my powers. It's all broken. I'm shut down. Yep, power. Hey, Jenny, you said it. Power went out. Storm didn't do it, but I did lose power. All right, here we go. I was wondering when that would happen. Funny enough, the portal still works, though. Okay, I need to make a couple of these. Yeah, definitely having a calculation delay on calculating power production consumption. Okay, let's take these two for a moment. So I got plenty of room to do more power expansion. I care about the look right now. I'm just trying to get in there. And I don't have a table here with a screen to tell me how much power I just re-added. Ah, look at the availability. What? How is it I put in one over there and I had enough power to restore power. I built one, it restored power. I built two more on top of that and it somehow then lost power after I moved the other two. Didn't lose power, but somehow that one right there got moved and I lost power. What? Power calculation is not working right. It said I had power. Okay, those are part of the planet. They are, you know, in the world. They do produce power over here. Did they stop working for some reason when they go there? I think something broke. I think I have glitched it. Yeah, something with that is glitched. I'm gonna, you know what, let's just save and close and reopen. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes and I haven't closed out. It's probably time to start doing that as a regular thing because of the stuff just getting ganked up. Warning, low power. How am I having low power? It worked fine here, but not over there. Like it's not connected over there. That's not making sense. Why is this suddenly being treated as it's not usable here? That's not how it works. Yeah, power's back. It is not counting the power production from those when I moved them over there. Okay, so what the heck? I mean, but it is. How is that working? When it's here it counts for less power than over there, even though this is optimized over here. Something's not working right. Something is not working right. I am not sure on this, but something's broken. That should be at the least the same amount of power, but somehow I'm getting more power production in the base than I'm getting in the other structure. Okay, see how I'm doing here? Okay, that's fine. I'm not filling up, so... I need to start crafting a whole bunch of pulsar quartz here, too. There we go. All right, let's do this again. Let's see. I am gonna make... Oh, yeah, I still gotta go. Not sure about that one, but I still gotta do some windows on that one. So that's 2, 4. That's 2, 4, 8, 10 of them. So I need... It's 4 each. I'm doing 10, so I need 40. Yeah. 4 to 5. That's still weird that it's definitely treating the power production differently between two buildings, because I don't have any optimizers with power boost in this structure. They're all over there. That's where the optimizers are. So all right, 965. I'm gonna put 1 here, and we're gonna see what it puts it up to. 2450. Okay. I'll put this over here. I swear if it's doing the exact same value now, I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. It did not count it. Look. It is not giving me credit for those over there in that this structure. So why is it my other power, my existing power? Okay, but that one is giving credit for. So the new one I built, it did not count any power production, but it's suddenly counting that one. And that's back. I've broken it. It's not calculating the new ones at all. Like initially, like there's a delay or something that's causing it, or I've got to build like an additional one after that to make it, oh yeah, I missed these kind of thing. That is weird. I've never had that happen before. It's like it's not treating it, and then it suddenly treats it as there as part of it. All right, I'm gonna go see how it's doing now. If it shows 965, then it's still not calculating correctly. Okay, so yeah, that's wrong. I mean, that's 1485 each. I just built several of them. More than that. That should have counted for more. That something's weird. But you know what? Good thing is I've got fuses, so I can just come back here and make some more optimizers after this. I must be pulling resources from there, because I feel like I've built more than what I actually brought the supplies for at this point. I need some more iron and cobalt, actually. I think for that floor, I don't think I did the right... I missed one floor, so let's get iron and cobalt. Go up there and see about checking the floors. That's a good amount of silk larva I've used, but it's still probably not enough. Okay. Okay, I did get all the floors I need to get. Okay, this one, it's not done, but I can go ahead and at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't build the windows before I place the silk generators down because it does change the structure, like the clipping point as far as that. So I always build before I put the windows in, because it's going to change where the window actually can place later, and I've just had it cause problems for me if I didn't make sure to line it up just right. That's a lot of rockets now showing up. See how many silk I got. Okay, I need to, yeah, get one more floor of them finished off, and then we'll check and see how the farm is doing on Aqualis. That's definitely way more time consuming for that farm relative to this one I'm doing right now with what I'm doing. Grant, the production multiplier fuses are much more expensive to keep going, but that is still, I'm getting a lot of supplies out of that farm, so totally still say this is the best farm type to do for a lot of tokens, is just silk fabric farms, because you can produce so much with relative ease. Okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, I should have what I need. I just need the larva now. There we go. And then I'll only get some power generators going, because I have a feeling this is about to burn through pretty much what it says I have now. You know, somehow that still didn't make sense. You know, I build one, power comes back on. I build 2 more, power comes on or stays on. I take 2 of those out, move them to the power station building, and power's still on. I take 1 out of the main base, and the power cuts off because I'm not producing enough power. Something is not getting calculated correctly still on that. There's somewhere something did not, like some of those, I guess because I placed them a certain way now, it counts that they are not in the world, because I can build them outside on a foundation and they still calculate. So there's some weird thing where it's overlooking certain ones in its power calculations. That is a weird bug. Okay. More fabric. Might want to double check my producers down below me, because I think I might have messed up. I can't remember if I actually for sure clicked supply. I may have been too focused on saying something and clicked demand instead. Nope, I got it. I'm gonna trust I got it. Okay. Optimizers. I did not bring the fuses. That's what I forgot. I was like, I got everything I need to build this, and then I forgot the fuses. That's what I forgot to bring, fuses. Okay. So I want to get these done because I've already got the supplies, so. Yeah, this is going to be a very laggy world. Very laggy map at some point. This may end up becoming one of my laggiest saves in the end, because I think the worst I've had was before full release. I had a butterfly area that would drop it to like 20 to 30 FPS when I had the butterflies rendering, and then after full release, when they did some of their optimizations, it would stay at least about 70 FPS in that same area. But now I am, well, right now it jumps back up to like 145, but then I get a stutter down to like 150, or down to 50, 60 range. I feel like this is going to be one where I'm going to have drops at some point to like 10, 15 FPS. Once this is all in place. Heck, I may get a whole floor here. Oh, nope. I am short, like, just a handful. Let's go ahead. I'll do... There we go. At least get those. Actually, I'll go ahead and do these. There we go. Part of the floor. Well, I gotta go back. Yeah. Okay, one more floor empty after that. And look at all the rockets that have left now. Went from almost all of them being there to almost all of them are gone now. Yeah, let's check and see if my power changed. Wow, okay. I don't think it was quite at that level when I left. It still feels like something didn't calculate right. Okay, so I need the fuses for that. I need fuses for another floor. I need the auto crafters for the next floor, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Finish this one off. I think a single stack for 10 should be enough coverage to make sure I finish that floor without going too far. And then we're gonna do so it'd be 18 normally. Yep. but I got 2 floors, so we're going to be doing 36. Like that. I need to order some energy fuses, apparently. So that's what I'm about to do if this is not ready. Okay, let's get 2 more optimizers for the power area. There. And I'm just gonna see how many fuses I have on that planet. I think I've been bringing the energy fuses back pretty routinely, but I may have missed some over here. I know I got a fuse thing somewhere. Here. 1, okay. And then trade rocket multiplier, which I'm definitely keeping here. Okay, so I got... yeah, 1 fuse I can put in. That should at least make a decent little bump right there. It's not going to be miraculous, but it will be enough to at least give me that. And that means I need a total of 5 more fuses. So I need an order of 3. Or, yeah. Or I could make some. 16. That did not bump it up. It was like 10,000 before. Now it's 16,000. That's like a very minor bump. I didn't bring this stuff to do the windows. Okay. Oh, and I didn't grab the silk larva. Of course, I forgot that too, so. That's fine. It's fine. Silk larva, 3 stacks, and 1 stack of each of these. Should be good. Get this finished. All the drones. I may actually be getting to the point where I need to worry about maybe a couple of trade fuses getting set up again. Start speeding some stuff up. I can't remember if I've even looked at how many silk generators I have right now on this planet. So I feel like I need to do that in a minute. We need to go and look to see how many silk gens I have currently set up for this use. Somebody want to take a guess at what it might be? I don't even want to try to guess at this point. It's going to be a lot. I'm getting like somewhere around 50 per floor. I know that. And I'm at like 13, 14 floors right now. Somewhere around that mark, I think. 15 floors, maybe. No, 50. Yeah, I think it was 15. But we don't have the 15th one done. That's going to be the next floor. So I am going to have one. So it should be 14 floors with this one actively in place. I guess I need to check. Because I brought extra fuses, I guess I need to check that floor down below. Yeah, I forgot the fuses, yep. So I got 2 more floors. Actually, you know what? I could also, I think, count the floors if I just look at how many optimizers I have, because it'll be 6 per floor, and right now I only have 4 optimizers in the power. So that should be able to tell me at least the floor count that I have active. Yeah. Okay, so power consumption. Let's look for, somebody may have seen 113 machine optimizers. So I know I've got some optimizers for, well, I've got the ones for the trade rockets too. So, yeah, that's not gonna work so well. Auto crafters, I know I got a few here. I've got 77 auto crafters right now, 113 tier 2 machine optimizers right now. So that's 6 per floor. Plus we got at least, I was gonna say 8 in the rockets. I've got 4 in there. So let's put me about closest multiple I can of 6. 96. So we'll say if that's 96, that is 16 floors. I know I don't have 16 floors. So yeah, I'm close. I want to say that's 15 right now built, and I only have 14 active. But that has me at a total of 836 silk generators. Yeah. 836 silk generators on all of that. And I forgot to build the windows. I had the stuff for it. I forgot to build the windows because my levels were getting low. There's an optimizer. Forgot about that one. There's supposed to be an optimizer there. Okay, the back. Oh yeah, there's window. Did not get that window. Actually, let's see. No windows on that side here. Okay. Double checking. That should be all those windows. Windows, yes. Save lag, and then yes. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's what I had earlier. It's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I was wrong. I've got 17 floors with 18. So that's 17 floors. 114. Wait, no, that wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be 114. 17 floors. 42. Okay, 102 tier 2 optimizers once that next floor is done. So right now, I would be at 90. I'll be at 96 optimizers out of all of that. 96 optimizers for all of those floors. How are my drones doing? Do I need more drones over here? No, they're fine. 21 working right now. 8. Yeah. That's fine. I need energy fuses. I'll get those ordered real quick. I need 5 and I got 2 there. I'm just gonna order a bunch. If I could see the number. 144,000 tokens. Yes. All right. We got that. It's our timer, our 10-minute countdown. May put some trade optimizers there just to make that one faster at some point. Did not mean to go here, actually. I need to change it. We're gonna go back to Aqualis and do a look and see how my farm is doing. It'd be great to and I don't remember if there's a way to do this. Maybe there is somewhere. It'd be a great way to see how you're, like, how many tokens you generated from certain things. Like, how many tokens have I generated total so far from fabric alone, just selling fabric. It'd be cool to be able to see that trade value. I feel like that could be another screen, trade screen. It shows Oh, actually, that could be a really good thing. Like, we've got this, and we can scroll. Give us a trade screen that maybe shows some kind of thing where it's like, here's like your rockets going up and down kind of thing. And on this side, it shows for the planet you're on only, like this one only shows the rockets here. It shows your different trade rockets, and it shows the timing on them. And make it like a half and half. So, you know, it could have like if they wanted to, they could get like a percentage thing. So it's like percentage showing going there, coming back. Like, or not a percentage, like say 50% is to go there. The last 50% is coming back. So if it's a 10-minute trip with no optimizers, then at the 300-second mark, 5 minutes, you're at say 244 seconds. It's going to show the rocket like here going to like the station, and then your 360 seconds is going to show it this way with like maybe something coming back. That could be a cool little screen to add that we could build, and it would show you where your rockets are, like timing on that, and show your value of what you've earned maybe, or make it 2 different screens so you can show the value of what you've earned separately, you know, something like that. Trade management, trade investment screen, something like that. I don't know. Find a name for it. That could be a cool addition if they haven't already come up with that. Devs, I give you approval to give us that screen. Take my idea. Give us the screen. I just want to see my vanity number of how much I have made in trade through fabric versus like pulsar quartz versus now the cookies. That would be just, I just want to see how I'm doing, you know? Yeah, I still got that, so we can do more. I'll think some about this. I'll probably try to get the supplies together and start building the next section out. I think I'll just do that one section because it's going to end up getting closer to this side. I might could do one more round edge on it and then have it like that where I mean, if I did that, that's 3, 1, 2 in the middle. So that'd be 1, 2, 1, 2 in the middle. So this is 3, 5, and then it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that. So 7 if I did another row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. I could probably get a 7 outer edge. So that would be, right now I have 3, and each one is 8, so that's 24, 96 farms total right here for this, from these. If I add the next outside section, as I'm thinking, it'll be 5 groups, so that'd be 40 farms per group, and 4 groups, so 160 farms. And then the next one around that would be 7 groups, so 56 farms per section times 4. That'd be 224 farms on top of that. So 90 to like 160 to 224. 96 to 160 to 224, I think is what the numbers were. And then combined, Timmy's finally eating his snack. 224 plus 160. I'm just going based on, I think I got that number right. So we 384 plus 96, 390, 480 tier 2 outdoor farms. 480 outdoor farms. I would be, at that point, if I build it that big, and I may do it just to say I did it, I would be half as many farms as I have silk generators on Selenia right now. And just this one floor. Granted, it's a much bigger area being used up, a much more expensive setup, and a lot more drone traffic for that to work. And only 1 token more in terms of value from the sell item. You know, 25 tokens more per trip versus the fabric setup. The difference is I would probably have to have more rockets or a rocket setup with fuses for that to work. And still, it's the expense of building it, as far as also the tokens you spend to buy the seed packets. Which now thinking of it, I should have probably ordered another pack of seed or set of seed packets before I left there. Oh yeah, look at all that power there. I don't have any power issues here. We'll finish up by going to Selenia and setting up the power there. And I'll probably need to redo my power setup before I continue doing too many farms for Aqualis too, because I'm gonna need more power there, I'm sure. Let's see, how am I doing? Oh, that full. Getting phosphorus, but I'm full on the tier 4 again. That should totally be coming from the ecosystems now. This is everything I'm getting here should come from ecosystems, because I've stopped producing it myself and I'm not shipping it here. It goes to Selenia. My tree farm. See how I'm doing total. 3.64 PTI and then TTI, TTI, TTI. So way above on Prime than everything else, because I got a lot of rockets here. But man, I'm still kind of like just thinking about the fact I've got 800 and was it 38, 68 silk gens here, 301 silk generators here. So I've got over 1,000 silk generators producing fabric for money right now. It's a lot. Not gonna lie, that's a lot. That's a lot of silk generators, and that's a lot of larvae, because it's 3 larvae per. So that means over 3,000 larvae used to build silk generators. Yep. Over 3,000 larvae consumed for silk generators. Got seeds to take back. Not sure why I brought a drone log here, since that's for Humble. I wasn't paying attention, I guess. All right, 48 seconds. There we go. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 78 production fuses right now. That's 13 floors worth of production fuses I have sitting here waiting. So I can do another 13 floors worth of silk generators before I have to order fuses again. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to push that one up to the sky. I want to reach the build limit, I think, where either I build too high, I can't go any higher, which we already know I've done a very tall tower before here on Prime in the desert. That to the point where it's like you were losing view of the ground into haze. I do kind of want to get that to that height level. I just want to deck it out. Just go as high as I can on that one, just for that fact. And then I've got room to build if I need to. I will expand all the the trade rockets into another row of trade rockets. I will fill this entire area here with trade rockets if I have to, with optimizer, 4 optimizers at each section. All right, so I was at like 10,000 something before that. 103,000. Okay, that finally gives me a good boost. So many drones. Fortunately, they only go a very short distance on this planet, on Selenia, because everything is close together here. Since I do have this kind of very nice little spot right here. I mean, it's got the Blazar quartz with the extractors marked there. The problem is I have placed extractors there and I cannot get them to pick up Blazar quartz. I don't know if it's just a chance of producing it, but I cannot get it to actually produce Blazar quartz by placing extractors in any of those locations. I got Selenia here. You know, we got onion or squash over there. I'm not sure why you would want a squash pickup spot, but we have it. And then everything else is eggs and Selenia. I like this. It's just a nice big open area. It's pretty much the middle of the map. It's just worked out well for right here. You could do it over here. That's a little bit more of a uneven terrain, but there is an option for that. I mean, this to me is my favorite and the best place because it's fairly flat through this area. It's a little uneven, but it's not like massively uneven. Makes it for easy building. Oh yeah. A lot of silkworms, a lot of farms for cookies. We'll continue with cookie farming next time. I'll see if I can get some more. Well, I've already ordered some more. I may order some more energy multiplier fuses right now just to make sure I got them for next time because I got the money. That's why I have this. I can make all this money. 144,000. Yeah. Okay. That might have to make me stop for a little bit. That should give me enough to cover what I need. And we're saving. There we go. So again, we've got 4 weeks. I want to say, let me look, because it's November 17th. So 1, 2, 3. I hate the new calendar on this. We've got 4 more live streams before the new DLC drops. You can technically go ahead and play it right now. If you go into the beta, the problem is whatever you start playing right now will get taken out, or you'll lose access unless you buy the DLC, of course. So you can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'll just do the beta and then boom, I've got this. No, then it'll probably mess up your game if you don't go and buy the DLC. So while I am going to buy the DLC, I'm not going to do the playtest right now because I don't want something to break in this game. And they did say if you do that, back up your save. So we're just going to wait for the DLC to drop and we'll go to toxicity from there at that point. And we'll see what it adds here and what it adds here. And that's why we're going to stick with this game save, because I want to see what it adds once they actually have it completely finished. All right, it's time to wrap it up for today, because I need to go buy groceries, because Timmy interrupted that today. He threw off my routine. Timmy, wake up. Come on, wake up. I know you're listening. You know you're on the screen there. They're watching you. So yeah, go ahead. You can wish list the new Toxicity DLC. If you go look at the update notes for the game, it's got the link there. You just click there, go ahead and add it to wish list. So when it comes out, you know, you'll get the, hey, this is now available. And based again on, of course, the Humble DLC, which is priced even right now $7.99. I expect Toxicity to be the same thing. Another $7.99, DLC for the game, not overpriced. We're going to get some new mechanics. Again, the whole detoxifying the environment rather than trying to warm things up and make it breathable. It's more of we're going to try to clean it up so it's habitable. And it's already or it was inhabited, and we get some new lore apparently based around the whole Planet Crafter program and stuff like that. Again, they didn't say there's a moon, so I'm assuming we'll get a additional update later for the moon to tie in with the toxicity plant if they're going to do a moon for that. But yeah, it's 4 more live streams before that drops, and then we'll be into that. So yeah, we still got time. We got 4 more weeks after this to play and continue to build stuff and kind of make sure I can just fully burn through that experience as quick as possible, and then we'll look at maybe if we need to do like a fresh start totally for it. But I feel like it'll be just best to go ahead and do it where we can actually go and show off everything right away. But okay, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. See you, Jenny. Yeah, we'll do this again next week, same time, same place, with Timmy hopefully in a better mood, not after not getting poked and prodded by the vet. But yeah, we'll do it again next week. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Go enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your weekend. Have a good week, and we will see you next time.